Hey guys, welcome back to Maxcast Dawn of War Unification. Today I continue the coverage of the Shoulder to Shoulder Tournament 10. You can see here in the bracket that in the last video Murder Time Trio won against the 3 Slavic Knights. So that the 3 Slavic Knights are now in the losers round 1 and the Murder Time Trio advanced to the round 2. Sadly, I do not have the replays of the game Unification of the team Unification tournament Meta Team versus Murder Time Trio, so I can just show you the results. The Unification tournament Meta Team won, so they are advancing to the semifinals, whereas the Murder Time Trio drops down to the losers round. The match of today we are looking into is in the round of 2, No Comments versus War Elephants. Sadly, also for this one I only have one working replay. It is kind of frustrating to see that a lot of these replays are not working on Definitive Edition. Hopefully something Relic will look into and fix at some point. Otherwise these kind of tournaments will have a lot of missing games, which would be quite a shame. But yeah, without further pre-talk, let's jump into the game. And here we are on the first game on Shakun Coast. For Team War Elephants we have over here Psixoz as the Imperial Fists. We have the Russian name that I sadly forgot to look up how to pronounce it, as the World Eaters. We have Dark Ziggurat as the Death Corps of Krieg. On the other side, for the team No Comments, we have Wen-li. I was told this is quite a good vanilla player, so let's see how he does over here. ELM Alpha Legion also as the World Eaters, and Medrengard as the Thousand Suns. Medrengard isn't the highest skilled player as I remember, but he plays a lot of Thousand Suns, so he at least knows how to play those. And World Eaters on both sides, and Death Corps of Krieg also on both sides. We have Death Corps of Krieg and Wen-li, Death Corps of Krieg as Dark Ziggurat. So we have almost mirror. So we have Imperial Fist and the Thousand Suns over here, and otherwise pretty much mirror matchup. Shakun Coast, quite a big map. You might know it from your campaign playthrough. We have like this big ridge over here where you can, I think, jump over, but at least fly over. And then you have this big no man's land in the middle with the two relics over here, shared relics. You also have one single relic in the back. So one player can have, in each team can have a safe relic, the otherwise are fought over, and only one critical location. It looks like they have the critical location, the take and hold victory and control area victory also enabled, which I like. Spices it up a bit. For the openers, before there's some engagements, it looks like a demon opener for Medrengard. No demon out yet as far as I can see. We have a tech rush for Alpha Legion over here. We have for young Wen-li a normal Berges opener into soldiers, Jäger for now, and probably some soldiers later on. On the other side I also see Jägers and the Lord General over here. So this looks pretty much the same. Some Imperial Fists over here. And I will look at base later because this is already quite a big slug in the middle in the river over here. There are cultists, siege cultists, there are blood pact cultists, there's like the blood black command squad in the beginning over here. There comes the Dark Apostle on the other side. Some Imperial Fists with two squads of tactical marines and breacher. Some Jäger over here. I do not see a command squad for this side over here. I only see an Apostle smacking down 4 Greeks men left, right and center. The turret was in the production over here but will get killed. Hopefully it's getting cancelled because this is a lot of resources. We will see if he cancels it. For now he keeps it alive, but does not cancel, or he did cancel it. He did got a lot of resources back. The gun turret and placement, so this is it tier 2 already? So the Death Corps of Krieg did rush tier 2. This was what he did, tier 2 rush. We can now have a gun turret emplacement over here, very strong turret emplacement. Are there still engineers? No, engineers just died. If there are something, other builders from your teammates, they can be help to build it up. This listening post did got upgraded, so this helped to hopefully stabilize this in, a bit. And here you have a Korn versus Korn action. There's like the surgeon, yeah, Galan Solak, who can summon in Berserkers. There you go. Berserkers are normally tier 2. He can summon in them. So this is a normal Berserker squad, not a broken, not a Primaris. Over here the cultists are now infiltrated, and we really need someone to build up this point. This would be this scan turret in place, and this would be absolutely amazing. Alpha Legion now abandoning the fight in the middle and going to the northern side, whereas his teammates trying to bunker down over here. So if you have the middle points, of course you have some eco advantage. Also, I think there are slack deposits over here. Yes, slack deposits on both sides, and only one tech rush. So it was a tech rush from young Wen-li, who will then get also the thermoplasma generator over here and can get an assembly plant. So he will soon come out with a lot of vehicles. And now finally some combat engineers over here building up this point. There's like a dark apostle praying to the dark god. Even in the when he's dead, he will stand here for the ages, I guess. So some three infiltrated cultists and another heavy bolter pillar on the top side, even getting this point now. So this will pretty shortly turn out of control for Team War Elephant, because Team No Comments over here has more of the map, even getting another bunker over here, getting this point. So they have way more than half of the map. So this is gonna be dangerous. More and more bunkering down from Young Wen-li. I like these barbed wires. They are really cheap. You need to actively target them down. I think units, they have very low targeting priority. You see here now the slow effect taking the place. The damage is minimal, but the slow is high. He used the ability, I guess. The missile launch ability, killing. Wow, was this a Ragnar? No, this was a Chimera, not a Ragnar. I was like thinking this was a Ragnar. The Berserkers with Galan Solak coming in, but their bunker is firing. Bunker is not firing. The bunker is not manned. You need to put a unit in. The Siegfried coming in. The Siegfried is very cheap. If you do not have a lot of resources for your Chimeras, might as well get a Siegfried. Is he getting more Siegfrieds? No, Chimeras now. If you have the Vox Center, you can also get some Pinter Heavy Stabbers. This bunker is still not manned. Not the biggest priority over here, but a lot of fire from all different sides. There's now smoke bombs dropped by these Jäger, and yeah, Siege Captain also being in here, Mr. Vin Diesel, and it's a lot of big infantry club. But all this fighting over here, and the other team, okay, this is not, I mixed it up, this is the other Death Corps Krieg, so this is in the hands of Team War Elephant, and only the top point, and this top point in here is for Team No Comments. No Comments, Young Wen-li coming in with 2 Chimeras now and a Siegfried over here. T2 also has finished for Medrengard, getting like the one brother, Xirat. And they also have the sniper here, not having his Vox car. So now, as he didn't got a Vox Center yet, so there will also not be Pinter Heavy Stabbers yet. And this is now a lot of World Eaters running into a lot of more World Eaters. There's some blood ability. Oh, this little hiccup. Not sure what this was all about. My PC having some little hiccup, I guess. Yeah, a lot of dead World Eaters, of course. They really want to fight into melee for the economy. And this is like Blood Pack Trooper, another Blood Pack Trooper. This is the Blood Pack Command Squad with the... so you can add the Demon Host. Demon Host give you some squad protection. And this ability... or again, what is going on over here? Can also use an ability to use a blast, which costs some HP but deals a lot of damage. The bunker here is manned, so it will fire quite healthy, quite deadly ammunition, but we have the Dark Apostle using his range damage reduction ability. So we have now also Xirat and some Siege Cultists. Did they got some weapons? Yeah, they got some grenade launchers over here. Chimeras coming in, so I don't see a lot of forces defending this position. Now they are standing here, but there's some missiles firing and killing another Chimera in the midst. It is costing a lot of power, however, to use these abilities. Big grenade, more grenades. From where are these grenades from? I guess from the... I'm not really sure. Hellblade now coming in soon-ish. Chimeras, for the most part, retreating to not getting the memo. They will die shortly. There's again like one of these boom thingies used. Not sure where this is from. Something from World Eaters, but I'm not really sure. Probably from the Demon Host, I think. Yeah, now falling back to this upgrade Decimus. There's now the Death Riders using their melter charges on the lances, but getting absolutely minced by all this infantry over here. More and more economy upgrades over here, and I think I cannot look for now because this is big of a fight. The young Wen-li should close into tier 3, I guess. The select deposit not taken by Team War Elephants, so this is a big missed opportunity in terms of resources. Some horrors being added by Medrengard for anti-vehicle, but generally more stuff on the field. So quickly check in. Yeah, tier 3 halfway done. Tier 2 is done, of course, for this team. Tier 2 was done for him as well, getting now more and more Hellblades. So in these team games, tech rushing to even higher tiers can be dangerous. But yeah, Hell Talents do what Hell Talents do best, killing enemy economy. And even though it looked in the beginning relatively even in the middle, this now more and more turns sour for Team War Elephants over here. Team No Comments fastening their grip. Space Marines, Breachers, are these Devastators? No. In comes time Primaris Berserkers that has been summoned by Karlan Solak. Flamers now, this is a Hellhound coming in. Hellhound and some big grenade. Hellhound going down, however, there's a second Hellhound coming in, trying to do some stuff. They will just because of the AoE damage kill rid of these barbed wires, I guess, but this is the absolute mincing ground over here. Imperial Guard as well as World Eaters kind of enjoy these kind of things. We have some healing going on for the Blood Pact Command Squad. Yeah, a lot of action going both sides. Primaris Berserkers, they are so expensive, I think. Yeah, 130 per acquisition, so they are, I'm not sure if they're cost effective, but it all depends, of course, what your economy is capable of. Do the Hellhounds have any? No, they're not sticking to their base units. It's grenades, where are they coming from? Very angry grenades. Hellblade's doing a lot of damage, but now getting killed by this gun turret in place, and not before killing some economy, I think, in the back. More Hellblades being added. Tier 3 should, yeah, tier 3 is finished for young Wen-li, now getting a Ragnarok, and the Ragnarok is a lot more tanky than these chimeras, so it will withstand a lot more punishment before getting down. About the weaponry, you can get a Ragnarok Demolisher Cannon, and the Demolisher Cannon is very, very expensive, but it's kind of an artillery piece that would be absolutely amazing this point. But I think he will get the second Ragnarok first, even getting tier 4 afterwards, so he has quite the resources. Resources are also abundant for Medrengard. He could add more stuff. What is he going for? Getting some upgrades, more Hellblades, getting tier 3 himself, getting now the Warp Gate, so he in tier 3 could add some Terminators once he's tier 3. Yeah, so but the Ragnarok still standing strong here. Needs to focus down the Hellhound, I think. Hellhound going down anyways. Primaris Berserkers with their Skull Champion as well. What do we have here? More Berserkers and the Dark Apostle. We have quite a lot of economy coming in from the World Eaters when they are getting into melee. But on the other side we have the more, I think, cost efficient. This from the, I just saw it from the, what I called from the Brigade guy, Brigade Veteran, having grenades that do quite well. Bit of falling back over here, a bunker being built, the listening sources are upgraded. And yeah, from Alpha Legion, I do not think you can only work with these kind of Blood Pact troopers for long. The question is, what does he go for? Is he getting... Oh! Here's tier 3.5, I guess. Demon Gate. He could, with the Demon Gate in tier 3, you could get Terminators. Yeah. There you go. So he skipped more or less tier 2 for a strong tier 3. Medrengard getting some stuff in tier 2 now, paying the bill, I guess. Runic armor upgrades are very late. If you want to get for Terminators, you need to get the stuff a bit earlier. We have a strafing run over here, initiated from... I'm not sure from whom. For now they're still holding, getting forced into the base of Medrengard. We have even an enemy Ragnarok. But they still have this point over here. This point even now as well. So economy wise, unless Team Elefants now takes this middle point, this should be dangerous. There's also like the counter of 2 minutes in the middle, so they were forced to push. Ziggurat doing what he can. More upgrades. Tier 3 should be finished there, so he could get a Predator, I guess. Or 2. Defilers. Predator, there you go. In tier 3, get your tier 3 stuff. And now the Bloodpack Troopers in the bottom firing on these Berserkers. The Berserkers in melee, they enjoy this. Ziggurat doing his best. Tier 4 should be finished. Yeah, there's a Bombard coming in now. I think it's tier 4 is finished for him. A lot of damage dealt now to Medrengard. But there's also a lot of like these backstabs from the Hellblades and now even some Horrors should, yeah. What are these? Corner Terminators even being called in the backside. This is Centaur. And they could get a autocannon, I guess, to fight this. But for now they are just busy doing economy damage, which is probably good. And over here we have now the first Predator coming out, immediately getting surrounded by Berserkers. And in comes the Bombard from the bottom over here. So I think the Bombard is the game changer, because normally they can surround it and get a hell of a lot of economy out of it. Because like every model will be able to fire to get into melee. More Terminators now from Alpha Legion. Yes, so the other World Eaters will now being forced. Second Bombard coming in. Let's boom, getting, let's see if we can catch those shots. Galang Solar getting up with like no HP. In comes the Predator in pursuit. Will not fire for now, but they will be killed. Yeah, down goes Galan, and these Primaris will not be for long. Heavy Bolter Pillar not as needed. A second HQ in the, because he was thinking that he might lose one. I would immediately cancel this. There's a lot of resources you can get into units actually. These Deceivers in tier 3, not sure how useful they will be. But yeah, in the back we have these fights where they will probably lose, especially here with they have a siege dreadnought and stuff. But these infiltrated cultists doing their best in just being annoying as much as they can. On this side, the tech progression tier 3 started for the Imperial Fist player. We have now a Basilisk, so there should, I think the Basilisks are tier 4 as well. I think yeah, the Bombard is tier 3 and the Basilisk is tier 4. Yeah, Lucius Pattern Command is now here. There's gonna be in Macarius. Macarius a lot of players like because it's relatively cheap and fast to build and can be upgraded then with a more heavy weaponry. Bombards supported by some combat engineers and a Ragnarok coming in, laying siege on this side, whereas the Bloodpack Troopers now with some Terminator support. 3 squads of Terminators now, yeah. 3 squads of Terminators standing here. There will be a Dreadnought, and the Dreadnought, there's not a lot of anti-vehicle in this mix, but there's just so much sheer manpower, I guess. Kill it down. The Rapier Destroyer is not the best unit for this option. More and more Dreadnoughts coming in. Here's even some backstabbing action from the Creature teams. I kinda like that one to kinda make use of the big map. The Basilisk is sadly dying over here. Gun turret emplacement got upgraded to have more HP, but will get killed by the Bombards nonetheless. Predator also here. I think a second Predator would have been nice. There it is. Not moving for a third Bombard. Fourth! Holy moly, I didn't know that you can get 4 Bombards. That's gonna be mean. If they are arriving before the game is ended, I guess. over here, Rapier Laser Destroyer now getting into vicinity. And you would need a lot more. You can get up to 9 generators for 1000 suns, so this is a missed opportunity from our player Medrengard over here, getting more of these generators. No, he has a lot of resources. Sorry, I'm totally out of my mind. He needs more requisition. Yeah, over here the game calls now defeat. They have like lost this battle over here, lost this battle, and have lost long ago the economy battle. There was now a bit of a backlash over here by some preachers, but overall, like, not getting this lag deposit, like I think they didn't get it like the whole game. The plus 40 power for one teammate. I mean, young Wen-li played it exactly right, getting some defensive stuff out, tier 2 rushing, and then getting the thermoplasma reactor to it and help his team out with some vehicles. So this game was won by no comments, and I can tell you the second game, which I have no access to sadly, was also won by no comments. So this is a 2-0 sweep for no comments, which now will advance to the semifinals, whereas the War Elephants will meet in the losers round the team 3 Slavic Knights in the losers round 1. And this will, I think, also be the next thing I will cover. Will either be the semifinals. I think I do not have the replay working, so I think the next thing we will cover will be the losers round 1, which will be the War Elephants against the 3 Slavic Knights. Okay, without further ado, GG's to the players, and as usual guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!